A round of applause is in order for the BL world. The production team behind Revenge Love, the cast, and yes, us, the fans, we actually did it. We made it through a full Chinese BL series, uncut, unbromancified, with only a few bumps along the way. First, it broke records, then it broke the internet. Let's talk about how this revenge plot became the most addictive love story of the year and why the real drama might be happening off screen. If you've somehow missed the chaos, Revenge Love isn't just another BL, it's the kind of show that swallows up your algorithm and refuses to spit it back out. Every clip, every edit, every whispered theory about the leads, it's everywhere. And like any true cultural phenomenon, it's impossible to tell where the fictional drama ends and the real life fallout begins. So today, we're unpacking it all, the story that had us glued to our screens, the performances that lit a fire under the fandom, and the whirlwind that's been chasing the cast since the day it dropped. Oh hi, I'm Blush, and if you're new here, this is the channel where we don't just watch BL dramas, we dissect them like they're the final clue in a murder mystery, and obsess over the moments that break the internet. If that sounds like your kind of chaos, make sure you subscribe because when the next cultural explosion hits, you're gonna want front row seats. So, it's a special day, so we've got guest star Little Jealousy here with me, or Little Vinegar Packet, he has multiple names. And speaking of not knowing what's real and what's fiction, sometimes you just need to see the uncut, unfiltered, absolutely feral version of a drama, which, depending on where you live, might mean using a little trick to bypass those region blocks. And to explain that, I thought it'd be fun to channel my inner cheng for a second. Brace yourselves. They tried to stop me. They geo-blocked. They censored. They cut entire scenes like they could erase them from history. Pathetic. You think you can control what I see? You think you can starve me of my dramas? One click and boom. I'm in another country faster than your ex rebounded after you. Thailand, Korea, pick a server. Suddenly, I'm watching the episodes your government doesn't even know exist yet. You want it? Link's in the pinned comment. Don't say I never did anything for you. Okay, that was fun. Anyways, warning, if you are not caught up, this could contain spoilers for you. Picture this, a small town guy named Woo Soo-wei, played by the naturally charming Ziyu, gets dumped and humiliated by his rich girlfriend. Heartbroken and petty like your ex who still checks your Insta stories, he decides to get revenge. But instead of writing passive-aggressive tweets, he sets his sights on seducing her new boyfriend. Enter Cheng, played by Tian Shuning, an aloof heir to some fancy family business. He's your typical tall, broody male lead who looks like he's allergic to smiles. Woo Soo-wei approaches him purely to get back at his ex, but guess what? Plot twist. Revenge slowly turns into real feelings. The series turns a petty scheme into a messy, addictive romance. It's not just these two. We've got Dr. Zhao Shui and Guo Chengyu, the side characters who go from comedic relief to an adorable couple by episode 16. Then we've got Wang Shuo, Chi Chang's ex, who randomly reappears at the worst possible time. Then there's Li Ya, Woo Soo-wei's mom, who hides some heavy news about cancer. And of course, we've got Yu Yu, aka Woo Soo-wei's ex. So yes, we're talking secret illnesses, art installations, and entire conversations fueled by jealousy and bad decisions. Tone-wise, Revenge Love is a wild ride, part romance, part comedy, part thriller. One moment you're crying over terminal illness, the next you're laughing at a jealous misunderstanding. I think we appreciate that it doesn't take itself too seriously until it does, and then you're in your feelings on a Tuesday. So how did a Chinese BL drama catch the world's attention? First, because China heavily restricts male-to-male romance content, the producers pulled a reverse card and said, fine, we'll release it internationally. And they did. The show was available on Gago Lala, Viki, YouTube, and more. That means fans from Taiwan to Mexico can tune in, while Chinese viewers can use VPNs to get around the ban, and trust me, they did. Hard. Revenge Love trended on Weibo more than 500 times in a single month. Sounds great, right? Well, not really. Fans, aunties, and gossip accounts were all piling on for different reasons. The attention was a mix of genuine curiosity about the show and pure chaos-fueled discourse. A lot of it surrounding Tian. That's more than some Chinese A-list stars, which clearly alarmed the authorities. And we'll get into that later. Revenge Love didn't just appear out of nowhere. It's the 2025 glow-up of Chai Ji-dan's 2014 web novel, Counterattack. The first adaptation, way back in 2015, was a blink and you miss it miniseries with just a few episodes. Thanks to China's censorship hammer, it had to dodge anything even slightly romantic, gutting major story arcs and replacing them with long, lingering stares. The new version, fully uncensored, actually faithful to the novel, and even bringing back the quirky details like Cheng's snake breeding hobby. Instead of cramming the plot into 6 episodes, the 2025 remake takes its time over 24, fleshing out side characters, digging into Wu Sui's backstory, and letting the revenge plan simmer until it slowly boils over into romance. Reviewers are calling it bingeable, praising the high energy pacing and the addictive cat and mouse tension. Even the side couples get their time to shine. Dr. Zhao Shui and Gao Chengyu start as comic relief and somehow end up stealing entire episodes. And visually, it's got that polished modern C-drama feel, sweeping city drone shots, moody lighting, and costume changes that actually make sense for people with money. And yes, it's one of the first Chinese BLs to openly market itself as uncensored. That doesn't mean you're getting an HBO After Dark special, but you do get actual kisses, and more importantly, the leads talk about their feelings instead of silently suffering behind a piano. And the success of Revenge Love proves that when studios invest in quality and respect the source, viewers, both at home and abroad, respond with loyalty, fan edits, and let's be honest, a spike in VPN subscriptions. But when a BL gets this big, the drama doesn't always stay on the screen. Sometimes it boards a flight with you. The dark side of this hype is that the cast literally can't be anywhere in peace. Chinese media reported that passengers on a flight basically turned the cabin into a fan meet and greet. People left their seats and tried to push into business class just to get close to Tian. Imagine being stuck on a plane that's still taxiing to its gate, minding your business in seat 11L, and suddenly strangers are crowding you like it's Black Friday in 2013 and you're a shiny flat screen TV. One user said, "This isn't being a fan, this is straight up harassment. They're disturbing everyone on board." People were outraged, and you know it's serious when all netizens agree. It wasn't even only one incident. Again in July, Tian made headlines when passengers on a flight harassed him, shouting rumors that he was secretly married with a kid and demanding he admit it. His agency quickly denied the claims and warned they'd pursue legal action. Tian himself posted on Weibo saying he isn't married, has no children, and will protect his family from defamation. He also reminded fans to stay seated during landing because apparently people were literally mobbing him mid-flight. Imagine being accused of having a secret family by strangers mid-flight. Bro, this is why we can't have nice things. Meanwhile, Ziyu had been playing real-life tag with stalkers. A video went viral on Weibo showing him arriving in Beijing. A group of Sassing fans, aka obsessive stalkers, followed him out of the airport. After repeatedly asking them to stop and being ignored, he did what any fed-up person would do. He whipped out his phone and chased them. He literally recorded them, calling them shameless. According to Koreaboo, after the fans fled, Ziyu called the police. The internet loved this. The incident trended at #1 as people praised him for standing up to stalkers. Sometimes you just have to flip the script and film them instead. Unfortunately, the fact that he had to run and call cops just to be left alone says a lot about unhealthy fandom culture. This isn't just about 1 or 2 wild fans, it's about a culture where shipping real people becomes more important than respecting their privacy. BL dramas often inspire intense shipping culture, and people want to believe their faves are actually dating. When actors don't play along, some fans feel entitled to cross boundaries. That's messed up. Enjoy the on-screen romance, but realize these are real people, not characters in your self-insert fanfic. Please don't become the villain in your own story. On the flip side, Ziyu had also found himself in hot water when his ex-girlfriend accused him of double dating and lying about their relationship status. She posted DMs claiming he pursued another woman while still seeing her. Ziyu responded with a lengthy Weibo apology, admitting he handled his personal relationships poorly, lacked self-discipline, and hurt people he cared about. It was the quintessential Notes app apology, but the scandals revealed that impossible expectations are placed on BL actors. Fans project their fantasies onto real people, then punish them for being human. Should celebrities be accountable for cheating? Sure. Does that justify strangers storming on an airplane and circulating conspiracy posts? No. Remember, Tian and Ziyu are actors playing characters. They don't owe us their personal lives, and they definitely don't owe us perfection. If anything, these incidents should spark a conversation about healthy fandom boundaries and the parasocial trap off-screen. And just when you thought the drama was limited to airports and Weibo wars, the plot swerved into political thriller territory. The first red flag came early. On July 1st, the Revenge Love super top Topic, which is basically the drama's main fan hub on Weibo, was banned outright. That's not a casual slap on the wrist, that's like boarding up your favorite hangout spot overnight. No official explanation, but it was enough to make fans uneasy. Then on July 12th, entertainment sites started whispering that the leads were facing a soft ban. What's a soft ban? Think of it like being grounded, but no one says it out loud. Your variety show appearances quietly vanish, your endorsements go on ice, maybe your scenes start feeling suspiciously trimmed. The alleged reason? The government was reportedly spooked by their overwhelming popularity in a genre it doesn't officially support. Those two were trending on Weibo over 500 times, outshining some of the country's biggest names. The truth? Impossible to confirm. Not everyone bought the conspiracy, of course. Some fans pointed out both actors still had projects and variety gigs lined up, but the rumor mill didn't care. It sent the fandom into overdrive. If you remember Chai Ji-don's other BL, Addicted, getting yanked mid-run, you know exactly why people were sweating. And then on July 13th, Revenge Love dropped a massive cliffhanger that was episode 10 and then just disappeared. Streaming platforms posted vague notices that said everything and nothing at the same time. It's safe to say, yes, the fandom was sweating bullets. 5 days later, Salvation arrived. It was announced the drama would return with episodes 11 and 12 on July 18th and 19th, followed by 13th and 14th on the 21st and 22nd. The rumors of a full ban were wrong. The show was back on track. Fans made it through the chaos by living off behind-the-scenes crumbs. The Revenge Love team posted asking viewers not to circulate clips from the episode. That sparked confusion internationally. Some thought it meant don't post anything anywhere, while others understood it was just don't post on Chinese platforms. Cue the arguments. Honestly, if your series sparks a VPN frenzy and government intervention rumors, you're clearly doing something right. But the drama still had one last twist. The team announced the final 5 episodes would air back to back. The upside is no risk of the story getting chopped mid-run. Downside, it turned what was supposed to be a slow burn into a speed run, ending earlier than expected. With ban rumors still hanging over it, this was probably the safest play. But it also meant our watch party got cut short. So why does all of this matter? Because boys love isn't just a genre, it's a cultural phenomenon. Born from Japanese manga written by women for women, it's grown into novels, dramas, and films across Asia. Particularly, it's becoming Thailand's soft power. But how soft is that power when it may have just been that final push to finally get laws overturned that have been in place for years? In case you missed it, Thailand's marriage equality bill finally took effect this year. And in China, the fandom is intense, but the Chinese government has a complicated relationship with BL. Regulations generally forbid explicit depictions of same-sex relationships, forcing producers to either sand down the romance into bromance or ship it overseas. Revenge Love sidestepped the system entirely by airing internationally, but the hype still came roaring back home via VPN, which is news to me because I thought VPNs weren't even allowed in China. Regardless, they were basically trying to hold back a tidal wave with a beach umbrella. And then there's the shipping culture. Fans start treating actors like they're their characters, as we saw, building unrealistic expectations, like assuming Tian and Ziyu will behave like Cheng and Wusawei off screen. When reality doesn't match fantasy, some lash out, and that's when harassment happens. Understanding this context matters. This isn't just celebrity gossip. It's a blueprint for why Revenge Love became such a flashpoint and why the powers that be might want to keep its popularity in check. So where do we go from here? Well, Revenge Love didn't just survive the soft ban whispers, it turned Tian and Ziyu into household names. Ziyu, real name Zhang Peng, isn't exactly a rookie. He used to be in a boy group and he's already had acting credits in Why Did Secretary Duan Behave Like This, Finding You, and My Lady General. But Wu Suwei, that's a role that made him a global BL heartthrob. Now fans want him everywhere. Mainstream dramas, variety shows, even back in the recording studio. Then there's Tian Shuning. The man's been quietly stacking credits with The Little Red Matchmaker, No Rain for Us Today, First Wife, and The Silent Wife. But Revenge Love took him from, I think I've seen him in something, to, oh my god, it's him. If he sticks with BL, he'll have his pick of scripts. If he branches out of that brooding air vibe, yeah, that vibe, he's got it nailed. As for genre, Revenge Love just proved a Chinese BL can go global, dominate Weibo, and still make it to the finish line. Politics and all. That's going to tempt producers to raid the web novel shelves again. The question is, will we get more high-budget romance dramas built to pass domestic censors, or a sneaky wave of soft launch BLs that drop overseas first and then ride the VPN wave home? Either way, Cheng and Wu Suwei didn't just get their revenge, they kicked a door open, and good luck to anyone trying to slam it shut now. And that, my friends, is the roller coaster we just survived with Revenged Love. From cliffhangers that had us pacing the room to plane mobs, soft bans, and enough rumors to fuel 3 seasons, we still somehow made it to the end of a full Chinese BL without the dreaded straight washing scissors, or let's just cut it off here, scissors coming out. No scissors were brought out. So whether you streamed every episode the second it dropped, or you're about to binge it now that the dust has settled, Revenge Love will go down as one of those BLs that didn't just push boundaries, it ran through them like it was being chased. And I mean they were at times being chased. So as of an hour ago, Gogolala has posted that the final episode is officially out. Clearly, the admin was in their feels along with us. So, what do you think? Is Revenge Love a one-time lightning strike or the start of a new era for Chinese BLs? Are Tian and Ziyu about to become the next untouchable screen pairing like we're seeing right now with Desire's leads signing a 3-year contract, becoming the first official BL ship of China? Regardless, I have a feeling the next few years are going to be very, very interesting. Feel free to just drop whatever's on your mind about Revenge Love in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.